Hi. Hey, we're live. Oh, yeah. I guess we better get the show started. Welcome to the Musty Wargamers Season 9, Episode 4.
Yeah.
And I think Tim is lost. I'm not sure what he's doing there.
It's a hands.
What are you
situation.
doing, Tim?
Gluing minis.
He's doing a building tutorial. It's a tutorial.
Yeah. There you go.
Talking hands.
Yeah, sorry we're a little late getting going. We're talking about the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis that happened Tuesday night. It was pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah, it was Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. Then last night was kind of a bust because it was cloudy. But
yeah,
you could tell that something. I took a phone and I was holding it up, and you could sort of the glow in the clouds coming because it was like partly cloudy.
Yeah, that's the way it was here too.
And I was like, I'm not worrying about it. My friend that lives up by north of Waterloo, he was like, "Well, it's clear here," and he sent me pictures back, sucker. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's why we're late. Excitement.
Not a good excuse.
Yeah, well, when the sun turns on the light bulb during the night, you got to get excited.
I thought it was the end times. I wasn't sure what was happening.
Yeah, it's like the sky's blood red.
Yes, I know. It's like more time. I didn't know what to do.
Or else we're flashing to Game of Thrones, the Red Wedding.
Demons are going to start coming out of the red in the sky.
I had no idea.
Down.
The warp is open.
I'm glad Rusty was able to straighten me out because I was heading for the basement and everything, grabbing the gun.
Corn is here.
Zombies!
It's the apocalypse.
Oh, the Stephen King movie, the truck with the big giant goblin on the front.
Overdrive? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Overdrive.
I actually I've never seen it, but it's kind of classic. I've seen
You haven't seen Maximum Overdrive?
No, I've seen I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of a lot of the imagery from it, but I've never actually watched the movie.
I remember watching it in the theater, but
was it good?
Oh yeah, I liked it. It's a classic. It's a Stephen King movie. What do you expect? But comets coming through Earth and everything's and the old tractor trailer comes alive.
I like some of his stuff, but some of his stuff I don't like, even though I like his books.
His books are so good stuff to read.
Not that we want to go on a huge tangent, but man, Misery was a good adaptation from the book. Misery was really quite good. And The Shining, Kubrick took over The Shining. That was amazing. Anyways.
The Shining. Yeah, that was bad rap.
That was good.
Cheers, Johnny. Oh, yeah, it'd be like our topic we had the last time we did the show. We were talking about movies.
Well, we'll have to do horror movies at one point or something.
Yeah.
That would be good. Those are fun sometimes.
Yeah. I know that it's not everybody's jam, but, it's always cool to talk about movies. All right, so what's everybody been up to in the last 2 weeks?
Well, where do you want to start?
Well, you're in the hot seat there, Pat.
Okay. All right. I've been playing Saga. I've got several Saga games lately. I think I've played 4 in the last month, and that's been a lot of fun because I really enjoy it. And so I'm moving towards doing a lot of Dark Ages, and I'm actually also looking at doing some Dark Age or medieval in another time, but doing some feudal period Japanese alongside the Dark Ages. I'm going to be rotating my Test of Honor with my Dark Ages stuff over the next bit. And so
Saga hasn't gone into the Oriental era.
It's supposed to, and I don't even know if it has, because they showed in the universes they were going to do that they were going to do it. And to be honest, I've not kept up with it enough because I just tend to stick with the Dark Ages at this point. But if they do, and I might, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I'm going to look it up later when we're on the show. I want to see if they have, because I'd probably buy it because I'm going to be doing all the miniatures, right? Anyway,
right.
And I really like the game anyway. But that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because I in all of this, I haven't even thought to think of whether they eventually did that or not because I kind of checked out on a lot of the new Saga releases after the Dark Ages.
Because
That's a good point.
They've done Dark Ages and Crusade in the fantasy.
Yeah. So I'm on. I'm really liking my Adeptus Titanicus, and I got a game scheduled for that. And so I'm doing like I've shown these a lot, but I've been putting all the metallics into these guys. And so on the back you can really see it, but I just getting all of the base coat on the metallics on these now. And what I'm doing tonight is I'm not really doing the detail work on the armor that I'm going to be doing next, but I've got a whole bunch of peasants and nomads from that were for Saga for the Dark Ages that I have here that I'm going to be basing tonight, and so they're all right here.
Oh,
and
cool.
you can kind of, it's hard to see them when they're not painted, but they're all just different peasants and nomads. And I've got like women, like a group of women. I've got a group of kids. Like I've got a whole bunch of different civilians and traders. Not trade TRAI, but TRADER. Yeah, traders. That I'm going to be doing. And part of this is because the game Pillage, which I got, actually has rules and for pillaging, and you can pillage animals, treasure. You can take slaves in this game because it's kind of representative of the time period. So you can literally like grab like a person, shackle them, and like your Vikings are just taking them on the boat, and that you get score points. That's actually been a little controversial with some people, which is almost a topic in of itself. But to be honest, I don't really have a problem with it.
Well, it's history. That's what happened. So.
Yeah, exactly. And so I got that, and I showed these sheep already. I'm putting putty tonight on the bases of all the guys.
That's
then
your
I also
sheep,
have
right?
I have two of these flocks of sheep that
I've seen those. Did you show them, or did maybe somebody else had them?
I did show them recently, but I've seen them from a number of other people for these games. With Pillage, you actually have a rule for a flock of sheep, but you actually roll a scatter die, and like it actually has an effect in the game, like on the board. And so, so it'd be kind of fun, to include that. And so, been playing Saga. Got an Adeptus Titanicus game coming up. That's kind of like the gaming stuff for now. I'd like to play some more Rumble Slam because I do enjoy that game. So I am painting up, like I showed on my video. I have this like little angel guy that's going to be a wrestler, on my Rumble Slam team. But as far as
fantasy wrestlers,
I had one of those days today, so I actually had a rum and coke just like Dan has already. Probably, I'm guessing. Yeah, I actually just finished my rum and coke, but that's not my musty drink for tonight. So
what do you put? What rum do you use? Just asking.
I don't do anything special. Like I just had some Captain Morgan.
Yeah,
that I used.
It's frankly one of the best ways. It has to be spiced rum, and that's as good as any.
Yeah, so I used that for it, and I did a double too.
I applaud that. Been there.
Maximum effort.
Well, and the real stuff's coming. This is locally brewed.
What is that?
What is it? Zoom him big, make him big. There we go.
I don't know if you can really read it.
Ridgeland?
Tabor corn whiskey?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Tabor.
And so Tabor is a town in Alberta. So this is just from corn, like that's local. And it's called Ridgeland. And this is actually the percentage on this is 63%.
Oh, wow.
And so it's actually pretty strong. Pretty strong. And so I'm going to have a little.
Is that their version of a bourbon?
It is. It is actually. I tasted it at a farmer's market. Is where I bought it, and they had a little stand, and I tasted their Scotch and I tasted their bourbon. I didn't taste their Irish whiskey, but that's what I want to try next time. They kind of were I don't know, like. I was trying to get from him, like, which one do you think is really popular that out of the three? And, they were recommending the Scotch. I'd had the Scotch, and to be fair, I actually preferred the bourbon. So I did a taste test on a Sunday morning. I'm at the farmer's market, and they're like giving samples out on a Sunday morning of like hard liquor,
I applaud that.
Yeah. And so, but I I just kind of stuck to my guns. Like, even though he was recommending that, after I tasted him, I was like, I like the bourbon in this case. So that's what I got. And this is, I just opened it. I haven't even opened it since I did that test like a month ago. But today's just one of those days where I'm really happy to have a little bit while we hang out tonight.
And it was a small pop.
Yeah. I don't really want to mix it with the Coke too much, so I had to take a sip there. For some reason, I don't think I'm going to really taste the Coke, the drop of Coke that's left.
I was gonna say.
Oh, man, it just threw the whole thing off. It's all sweet now.
That's pretty crusty.
Anyways, I'm really excited. I found there was a guy that posted a large samurai house. Like, it's probably one of their bigger houses, and it's not a pagoda, but it's just like called a dragon house from Sarissa Precision, and it was sealed in the package, and I got it used because the guy just decided MDF's not for him, and so he's just getting rid of it. And I was like, I actually like MDF, even though I have a 3D printer, like several different types of 3D printers. I still like to work with MDF, and I'm actually going to probably buy a little Sarissa Precision package from Warlord Games to put alongside it. And so I'm getting ready to do red maple trees from scratch. And then also, I don't know if I've ever showed this. I have it right here, but the red maple trees, and then also the cherry blossoms. There was a time when Dan was asking about horsehair for modeling, and we had a discussion. This was the tree that I had made.
That's awesome.
And it was like a foundation of horsehair underneath. Mm-hmm. And then what I did is I put on this stuff, and then I just sprayed heavily.
Is that stuff you glued on top of it?
Is it red flocking of some sort, or foam?
It's red flock.
Yeah.
But what I did, it's really hard though. Like, it's actually really hard on there, because what I did is I did actually just heavily hairspray and then overspray with like matte spray and stuff. And it stayed on very well. But one of the things, like, this tree trunk is wire. It's actually a bundle of wires.
Okay.
I don't know if Rusty, if you don't mind just click and zoom here for
Did you make that armature or buy that?
So that armature is wire that I made.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I made that. And
that's good.
And then I used, like, if I remember correct, I used a mixture of glue and plaster with black paint.
Yep. That's one of the ways,
fill in the wire. Yeah.
Yeah, just fill in all the.
This has been my favorite way. It's kind of like arduous, I found, but it's very satisfying though.
If you ever watched there's channels that they take wire like that and they make wire bonsais.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I've seen videos of them doing it.
Right. Well, when you combine the wire and then you use the horsehair as well, the horsehair really gives it a natural look, I find. And I'm going to do 2 more like this, maybe a little bit smaller, 2 slightly smaller, and then I'm going to do 3 cherry blossoms, and I'm going to start that for my board. And I'm really looking forward to it. I actually find it's just like a really different looking kind of board that I'm used to making, and so.
Then you have your little samurai running around them and chopping each other up.
Yeah, well, and then also, I guess I should show this. 1 second.
Seconds up.
He doesn't know how long a second is. Gosh, dang it.
I actually showed this. I might have showed this in conversation to Rusty because I was talking to him about 3D printing. But this is like my first house that I'm doing for the Dark Ages. And so I did this 3D print. I 3D printed this, and it actually has like an inside too.
Oh, that's
awesome. That actually comes off. But yeah, so I have that, and then I did some fence.
Nice.
As well. And so what I'm going to do is in the kit or the files that I got, there are other kinds of houses and barns in it, and I'm just going to do more of those for the Dark Ages. So Dark Ages is kind of coming first, and then on the tail end of that, I'm going to start rotating in, because I've already started Test of Honor. I have 1 starter warband, like really small kit of 5 miniatures or something like that, painted, maybe 7 miniatures, and I'm going to get started with the Dark Ages, and then start dipping into the Japanese feudal stuff as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. It's just I've been doing a lot of fantasy for about 1.5 to almost 2 years, like primarily fantasy, and I just kind of am looking forward to doing a bit more historical again.
That's cool.
Right.
Yeah, you have been hardcore fantasy for that was a pretty big stretch. I mean, you had a few things in there, but mostly fantasy.
Yeah. No, exactly. And it's just nice to just mix it up.
Yeah, I hear that.
That's mainly me. It's got me jazzed.
Yeah, I can tell. That's good. I love that. Always excites me when somebody else is excited about what they're doing. That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's everything.
That's everything.
All right. And I guess it's Dan.
All right. Well, yeah, I guess I got done with harvest finally, so that was a big deal. And
Nice.
still got all
That's
my
always
fingers.
nice. When suddenly you're like, free. I got more free time again.
Yeah, I got that finished up. I was behind on some stuff, and I got the equipment cleaned up and put away, and now I'm just kind of back to normal, work type days. So that's good. So yeah, I did. Believe it or not, I'll surprise everybody, maybe a little bit, but I did paint, and I got a miniature done.
Oh, nice.
And it's not, it's not ACW 15 millimeter.
Yeah. Is that the one you showed? Oh,
I
yes.
returned to my roots. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a Bretonian errant knight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I probably can't see that well, but yeah,
Awesome.
I'm finally getting the Knights Errant done. I've got a whole bunch of them and in blisters. I mean, so it's pretty cool, but because I've got 2 units of Knights of the Realm, 2 units of 10, and a unit of 10 questing knights, and so now I'm going back to these guys. And I thought it'd be a good place to start anyway, because they don't have any heraldry.
Yeah, it makes it quick.
Any blazons of any kind, so it's just simple color patterns.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, in terms that people know, just the retinue of some type of baron.
Yeah, well, it's a knight. Well, see, I like the 5th edition lore, so that's where they were. It can be even just a commoner that does something, to be noticed, and so then they some baron or local duke, or not duke, but just a local knight of the realm, whatever. He'll take him, and then he'll wear his colors, and then till he proves himself on some sort of, doing something, then he becomes a knight of the realm. And so I like that whole thing as well. But so it's nice, simple heraldry, and they're the really cool metal helmless, sculpts of the Perry. I don't know if it was Michael or Alan did the Knights Errant, but so I've got the one done, and I've just started getting color on for the next one. It's just gonna be a green with a white horizontal stripe on it. And
okay, so that was actually purposeful then. Okay.
Yep. And then the other thing, I've also got a Knight of the Realm here, which won't matter. You won't be able to see much, but it's just the plastic Knight of the Realm. But what I did was I can't remember exactly now, but like 2 years ago even, there's a place on Etsy, and they've got, which, they're just using some of these files, which I can't remember the files. They're not one of the common ones you hear about, like Highland miniatures or whatever, but they're 3D printed. And what they're doing, they have the knights that are, obviously knockouts for Old World or Warhammer Fantasy. And how he sells them is, you pick your horse body, you pick your knight torso, you pick the helmet, and then what he's holding in his hand, right hand, and you build your knight, and then he sells them so much piece. And I was like, man, they look like they would scale perfectly, which obviously 3D printing can be whatever you want. But I remember reaching out to him, like, what I'd like, I said, all I want are the helmets, because then I can use more of these plastic knights, because I don't have a duplicate of any of the knights in my armies. I've made some of my own custom helms. I've modified some, but I was starting to run out of ideas. So yeah, I think he just said, yeah, pick out what you want and I'll shoot you a price. And yeah, I think I've got like 15 or 20, got a whole little baggie of night helmet. And they've been just knocking around here for a while. And I got looking at that, and yeah, I messed around cutting shaping it up so that, yeah, the head just goes right on there. It's perfectly scaled. And so I was messing with that. And then the other thing, I ordered a bunch of these a year ago. Maybe, yeah, was it a year ago?
Those Perry's?
No. These are actually Black Tree Design men of Averane, which were originally these were Harlequin miniatures.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Which was a company started in, I think, 93, and then in 2000 they sold to a company that then became Black Tree Design, and then ceased making new models. But now they've been adding to the line since, but not this. I mean, Black Tree Design has been releasing new miniatures, but not these fantasy lines. But I ordered, there was a place, it's Mind Taker Miniatures online, that's basically, it's in Oregon. I gather it's like a hobby, it's a game shop or hobby shop or whatever. But he also deals in buying and selling miniatures, private collections or just personal. But he had a whole bunch, and he still does, a whole bunch of Black Tree Design blisters. It's actually I have never even seen the blisters that look like these, but he's got them. He had just about the entire Men of Averane line, and tons of Soviets at World War II and all kinds of things. And they were like, God, they're like half the price of what they are, if you go on Black Tree Design. So I was like, oh, kind of, I'd been tempted to order some anyway, but I never knew how they would scale or, how they would look or if I'd like, but I had tempted enough. I did order a bunch from him, whatever that was, a year ago, and finally getting one, getting them put together and pinned, and I'm gonna see how, but it scales, and stylistically it's so perfect.
Nice.
So kind of in my medieval, I've been itching for a while to get back into the Bretonian. So yeah, I'm kind of on it. I'm the opposite of you, Palmer. I'm like ready.
Yeah, you're going that way.
Fantasy, get out of the historicals.
Were you thinking of? I was actually chatting with Josh, and we were talking about Baron's War, and I didn't realize that you actually bought a bunch of Baron's War. He had said, I believe Dan did, when we were chatting.
I have the rules and I got the free miniature, but I have no actual other than the one free. It was a knight bishop. It'll fit with my Bretonians.
So were you going to use your Bretonians for the Baron's War?
Yeah, I just figured, to just try the game, I can certainly use my Bretonians. They're all individually based.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but I do love the Baron's War miniatures, and I was super tempted by that. But like, how many, medieval miniatures do you need? Because through the years I've accumulated. I've got some Raw Parthai. I have a bunch of front rank. I've got, First Corps. I've got a few of those, and so so I just figured I've got plenty of stuff. Now I'm just trying to, anything I would add now would have to kind of scale with the Bretonians, because that's obviously the force that I'm building. So
I don't know if anybody's shouted it out, but Simon, otherwise known as Clyde Dashing, is in the
house.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey Clyde.
Hey Simon.
Simon or Clyde,
good
whichever you prefer.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, other than it, I'm super stoked about getting back into painting again, because after taking the summer off working on my old tractors, and this is kind of my winter, so I am like really jazzed, and I'm looking forward to getting together with Rusty this winter and getting some Warhammer Fantasy / Old World in. Because I've got what I need to play. I'm just adding to it now. So so that's kind of me.
Good.
Yep.
All right. So that's everything?
That's everything I got going.
All right.
Is it up to me?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, well. I got back from my elk hunt.
You made it, actually.
Yeah.
You survived the elk
I
hunt.
survived the tumble down the mountain. That was fun. I do bounce,
Humble bumble bounce.
That's good to know.
and it was very arduous and very difficult. So
How
just
difficult was it?
Well,
Very.
it's like you walk this way and then you go this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you tumble down the other way, it's
It's a lot faster.
yeah. It was-
Well,
Taking the elevators is the wrong way to go down the mountain.
The big question is, did
I
you
had
get
to
an
laugh.
elk? Did
I
you
had
get
to
an
laugh
elk?
because my guide was this really young guy, like in his, like 22, 23 years old. He looked young. And as I was watching him walk, it looked like he was just kind of like gliding across the ground, you know. And the first thing that came to me was like Legolas when he's walking on the snow.
Yes. That is creepy.
But the funny part was earlier on, I just kept having to tell myself, just breathe, Tim. Just breathe.
You're Gimli.
You're Gimli.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking about Gimli. He's like,
That's hilarious.
Breathe. That's the
Breathe, Gimli.
secret. Breathe.
Breathing.
it was hilarious. But yeah, it was arduous. Yeah, it was hard. It was a hard one. Everything was wet and slick and cold, and it was
Did you have fun?
no,
No.
but the experience was great.
Well, that's
It
what I
had nothing to
mean.
do with like being fun. It had everything to do with like, for me, after a point, it got to be a challenge. Can I
Life
get
is-
through the day without quitting?
Did you get an elk?
Well, I'm almost 70. And so going up and down those mountains carrying a 9-pound rifle and a 40-pound pack
Absolutely.
was something I hadn't done in a very long time. And
Yep.
You
Yeah.
were wearing a uniform probably last time you did that.
yeah, it wasn't ours, but it was a uniform. So that was interesting. I still got to get my hunting rifle fixed from where it did a little tumble down the mountain. So that was the real bummer part of that.
Mm.
And I did that on the first day. Right at the end of the first day, I dropped the damn thing, and when I fell, and it just
That's
clattered.
that's like not a great way to start, right?
Huh?
It's not a great way to start. You just feel like crap when that happens right away.
You know what? The first thing I thought of as I was laying there in the snow,
What would
What's
Palmer think?
I was thinking about what came to mind was the very first time you put a miniature on the table, like this great big war
And it
machine,
gets blown up right away.
and it gets blown
Yeah.
up right away.
Right.
Laying there, and I'm thinking, yep, I'm
That's
that guy.
That's
Yeah.
real life.
I'm that miniature. I just got blown up in the first turn.
It's like, okay, so where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now what do I do?
Why are my feet why is my feet surrounded by blue sky?
Simon asked, "Did you land on any elk when you fell?"
Didn't see a one.
Really?
I smelt one. He was close enough to smell, but you couldn't see him. It was so thick you couldn't,
Huh.
you know. Smelled like a gallon of horse piss, but but
I was after you kind of explained your little activity and how bad it went. I was chatting with my cousin who does elk hunts all the time, and he says, "New Mexico."
that's what a buddy of mine does. He goes to New Mexico.
He said, "Go to New Mexico.
They
We don't have all those mountains and all that snow."
He goes, yeah, it's. I wouldn't go to Montana again.
Yeah.
Whew, that was rough. That was rough. That's a young man's game down there.
Well,
I mean, up there, it was just
up there, yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
But I've just now started getting back into the miniature stuff, and I decided to get back into doing some of these Victrix Persians I've had in a box for over a year and a half. Part of the mountain of stuff, and what I have noticed.
Sorry, guys, I gotta step away for 1 second.
Yep.
Uh-oh. What I've noticed lately, and I'm sure you guys have too, with most of the new miniatures, they're a little bit of a scale creep.
Yeah.
And they're very dynamic in their poses.
Yeah.
And like, now here's an example of a command stand, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of times what I'll do with my commanders is I'll put them on little 25 millimeter rounds and then have a sabot base for them to go into.
Yep.
Well,
They don't fit on those now.
See,
That's almost a 40.
this guy right here, so I don't stick with this one right here, that's almost 30 millimeters long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's not going to work on a 25 millimeter round. And the others are very, very close to it. So it's going to look a little odd on those little 25 millimeter
How big, how much overlap is his feet there? Can you trim it? Trim the feet?
Well, the one, his toes are pretty close to the edge. Now you can trim off a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably 28.
I would just, but that's a command model. So when you're getting regular rank and file, they also have a model that's fairly long like that as well. Like, let's see, this. Oh yeah, I think this should be dry enough. Like, oops, find the camera. Like this guy right there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a large stride as well.
Yeah, it's really oval.
And a lot of I've noticed with this stuff is
They're looking like 32s.
the posing with the arms out instead of close to the body. Now those are 40 millimeter squares I'm using, and I've decided I'm only going to put 2 models on a square, on a base. I mean, I did some dry fits with like maybe 3 or 4, and 4 was impossible with the arms the way they are and all that kind of stuff. 3, it just looked crowded as well. And then I was thinking, well, I got to get the shield transfers on. I've got to paint them, and there's a lot of stripes and geometric designs and stuff, and you start putting all that stuff on a base and then not being able to get your paintbrush in there or your paint pen or whatever you're going to use to do it, and it'll be impossible. So I'm going to go with 2 guys on a base just because.
Okay.
And I don't like that, like with my the pikemen, the phalangites for my Macedonians and my successor kingdoms, they're designed and modeled that way to be close on a base. Even the hoplites were that way. But these guys, and like especially like Celts and a lot of your loose formation troops are now coming with these very dynamic poses, which they look great when you paint them, but when you're trying to model them on and put them on a base so you can actually play a game, you've got spears sticking out everywhere and they don't line up, and it makes storage and transportation becomes an issue with it. Because the little thin spears are sticking out over the actual base itself. Again, they look great, especially like I think it's the trend towards skirmish games where you have one model on one base
Mm-hmm.
and you're just moving them around. But when you're trying to do, I hate the term rank and flank, but a much more historical look to the game, then those things become an issue. And that's what I'm running in with this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 2 models on a 40 millimeter base, and actually they look like they cover it up pretty well. One more model on that base, and I just think it would be cluttered, and you have a hard time finding room for the spear to be put in there without it looking like he's stabbing his own guy.
Yeah.
Because I've got a couple of Celtic models on like 40s, and that's what it looks like. That's why I decided to get away from that cluttered look on a 40 millimeter base, is because it just
Looks wonky.
It looks like he's stabbing his own guy in the back of the head, or he's stabbing the guy on the base next to him and stuff like. I hate the way it looks.
Yeah.
I hate the way it looks. So I'm just going to start doing this from now on, and since most of my stuff is for Hail Caesar anyway, it's all about frontages.
Yeah.
So that's no big deal. But that's I'm just now starting back into it. Once I get these guys assembled, I'll get some prime on these, start painting these and assembling another unit. But I got 7 bags of this stuff to do. So
yeah, I have confidence you can get that done though, Tim.
I can get it done by the end of December, I think.
Oh Jesus, that would take
assembly.
If you believe that, I have some land in the desert to sell you.
Okay.
Well, it'll go with the swamp water.
I didn't want to call you a liar, but because maybe you could. I can't.
There's no way I could do that. I could paint every day and try to get. I couldn't do it, especially these guys.
Yeah, that's true. More going on.
They're going to have a lot of. Let me see one of the books here. You guys know who Duncan Head is, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, you can kind of see from the cover art there that their uniforms or their clothing is a little bit audacious, let's say.
Yeah, colorful.
Very colorful. Now,
way
will
too
I
much
go to
work.
that extreme? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably try to do some more bland colors, like down here on the bottom, on that plate right there.
Oh yeah,
this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get all crazy with them, because I did like 2 units of 40 spare bar that way, where there's a lot of dots and slashes and squiggly lines and stuff, and after a while you get like, wow,
it's a little bit much.
There was one guy, he doesn't do videos anymore. I forget what his channel was, but the last thing I saw him do was a Persian army, and it was gorgeous.
Mm.
He had just all the intricate little lines and the shields and everything. Oh yeah, it was great. So that's going to be my inspiration, but I don't know if I'll be able to pull that off or not. But
still, it's the overall look you're going for anyway, when you're doing that kind of a game.
Yeah, like the old spare bar that I've got, they look okay on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't get. Now, if I was doing like a 54 millimeter model like that,
mm-hmm.
yeah, you take a lot of time and make sure you had all your designs just right, because you would want to mimic something. But at 28, squiggly lines and some dots and dashes and
that looks like it from probably even from a 1.5 foot away. It looks right.
I live by the 3 foot rule.
Yeah, well, and you could be closer than that, and I think it would still looks right.
Yeah.
We got Josh and Chris in the house. Hello, guys.
Oh, hey guys.
Hey.
Thanks for joining.
You bet. Awesome.
So then we were up to 4 viewers. We were sitting at nothing for a while.
Oh, we were here.
Are you a viewer?
I'm watching.
You're watching something.
You're a voyeur,
painting.
huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, all I've got going on. So I'm just now getting back into it, and we got deer hunting season starts Saturday. So for the next few weeks, well, only for about 15 days.
That long?
Yeah, for gun season.
Shotgun.
Yeah, I think we only get it 7 days for shotgun.
Well, there's 2 seasons though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like we got bow season just finished, and firearms is just starting. So
Yeah, ours does. Our
but it's not going to be anything like I just got back from. It's not going to be anything like that.
You're gonna fall down a mountain.
Yeah, I'm not going to be falling down no damn mountains. I can tell you that.
if you fell down a mountain in Indiana, something seriously happened.
I'd have to be hunting way south,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't be a mountain; it'd just be a big hill.
Yeah. Similar to what you find down there in the southern part, down by the river.
Yeah.
Down by the river.
Down by the riverside.
Down by the
Rusty, I wanted to tell you that my grandson sent me a picture of him, and he's down in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And he was in they have a very, very large yard.
Okay.
And he was out hitting golf balls, and the northern lights were his backdrop in this photograph. It looked awesome. It's like he's hitting the golf ball into the northern lights. And it's like, holy crap, that looks awesome. Of course, then again, their yard is so big, it's like, I wouldn't want to have to go find all those. I mean,
well, the mower will find them.
But the backdrop with those reds and greens and blue, it was
Epic.
Awesome. I tell you what, some of those pictures you sent, Rusty, were just pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't see anything like that when I was driving through Des Moines.
Oh, yeah. It's like when you drove through Des Moines, it was daylight. So,
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
yeah. Huge difference. Yeah. Tuesday night was a pretty epic event.
Yeah, it was amazing.
How rare are those, Rusty? That color.
The sun is on an 11-year cycle, and we're at the solar maximum right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right towards, it's getting on the tail end of high right now. So to get to this level again, it'll take about another 9-10 years from.
Oh.
So just hang on there. You'll see it.
Oh, wow. I'll be.
And our last solar maximum that we had was.
That happens.
Don't even think about it, Tim.
Oh, I don't bother me.
Our last solar maximum we had was more like a solar minimum. So the sun was putting out very little energy or had solar activity. I remember back in the 70s that it was really high and the sun was just covered in sunspots all the time.
Oh.
And it's like it'd be going down. It's right on the horizon, when you can actually look at the sun with your naked eye. And you could see all the sunspots on it.
Huh.
Nowadays, it's, you have a few, not compared to some years. And our last solar maximum was like really bad. It was almost like we didn't have a solar maximum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which is why it cooled off so much. That's why the Earth's temperatures went down by like a degree in the last 10 years on an average. But it's all because of the sun. But other than that, yeah, it's when you get to see them, it's like when I put the word out and say, hey, get your butts outside.
Yeah.
I
mean it.
It doesn't mean
unless you're Palmer.
Exactly.
Palmer. You're just making him feel bad.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. My mom even said, like, because she's in North Carolina, and she's like, oh, you seen them? Northern Lights up there. I'm like, I'm gonna go out and look tonight. Yep.
Well, just put it this way: some of the people that are down in Florida, down by Miami, could see this last one.
Yeah.
It's like from basically mid Florida all the way to California through Texas. They could see it. There's guys that were in down in Oklahoma and Texas were posting. Storm chasers were like, "Oh my gosh, look at it! We're down here in Oklahoma, and it's like the sky's bright red." And my one friend who used to live in Montana, up there by Glacier National Park, he now lives in Kansas. And I said, "Hey, we got roar happening." He was never a person that ever looked outside and cared about that. Now I got him. It's like, "Hey, when's the next roar going to happen?" He's hooked now. So I said, "Yeah, we got a chance of a roar coming up the next 2 days." And he's like, "Oh, okay." So the next thing you know, he's sending me pictures.
That's cool.
So I'll get you all sometime. You'll get hooked. Well, I spent, you were talking, Dan, you spent an hour outside. I was out there for over 3 hours.
Yeah, we did an hour.
But eventually it got to the point around midnight where the moon came up and it started, light pollution from the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And it started waning. And you could put I was taking pictures, but, you'd see a faint redness in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
But you were starting to get a lot of the light pollution from the moon. So I was like, I'm going to just go in. Like,
get your beauty sleep.
Yeah, I need to get all this stuff and download it all and send it off to my wife and everything. All right, so I guess I'll do my update now, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. First of all, I did get a BattleTech game in on Saturday and froze my butt off doing it.
Yeah, it's a chilly one that day.
It was 17 degrees.
Yep, sounds about
Saturday
right.
morning, and then I was
out.
like, all the air in my tires in my car was down to like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'm outside, just like putting the air in, going, this is cold.
You just got to drive them, get some heat in them like NASCAR.
Yeah.
They'll come right back up.
The sad thing is that we went from 60-something degrees temperatures to teens with a single digit or less wind chill. I was not used to that.
Yeah, and like tomorrow it's supposed to be in like around 70 here.
Yeah, it was 70 today. I was out riding my motorcycle. Like,
yeah,
how about you, Palmer? You riding your bike?
It actually, I actually could it today. From what I was talking to you last time, it actually went up to 14 Celsius, which is fair game, because that would have brought me above refrigeration temperatures. Because 8 degrees, it's kind of 8 Celsius, about upper end of refrigeration. Yeah. And so I could have been down to 10 degrees, and I probably could have ridden, but I just had other stuff going on, and I just didn't expect it. It's just the fluctuations. I never know what's going on lately as far as the temperature.
Yeah.
It's not consistent at all from day to day.
So 14 degrees.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, let's see here.
Carry the one.
It's about, if you get up to, that's about 60, 14. I think it's about 60.
Okay, that makes sense. That's not bad actually for riding.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bring up the conversion chart here. 60 is roughly 15 Celsius.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. It's doable. It's not warm, but it's not that you can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's supposed to be fun too. So I mean,
well, that's the thing is I could probably be okay at 14 and still have fun.
Yeah.
Unless I'm on the highway for a long period.
Yeah, then it starts creeping into your body. Yeah. It's like when I bought my motorcycle back in June, it was roughly 48 degrees when I was Fahrenheit, when I was riding my bike back for 5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's That slowly creeps into the old body, and you're like it just tires you out.
Yeah.
So I had a BattleTech game on Saturday, so I put that video was posted Tuesday. In case you haven't watched it, that's up. And I've been working on dwarves.
Yes.
So I think in the last show I was doing a little bit of work on dwarves. And here we go. Here's the first iteration of what I've been working on.
That's like a whole army.
Let's see. In the front rank here, you got 30 Thunderers. And the back rank is 20 Quarrelers. So I
Okay.
had a little bit of ranged firepower here.
Yeah. What edition models are those? I don't know the dwarves very well.
These are, let's see, when was it? Battle for Skull Pass.
Full
Is
pass.
Yeah. That's what, 6th edition?
Yeah, right. I
I
think.
think it was. It came out, I think, was that 2003 when that box set came out?
Yep.
So, yeah, that would have been from that box set. A lot of those, they had the Quarrelers, Thunderers, Miners, and I think some Warriors were in that box set.
Okay.
I do have the Miners and large unit of Warriors sitting over there.
So those literally from that time period, you've had them that long and you haven't painted them, or have you
Exactly.
accumulated them?
Yeah, they put together, most of them were sitting in this condition, like this. They're just
Okay.
put together and covered in lead belcher.
Oh, okay. I
And
can tell if it's black primer.
with a wash over them, so they're and dry brushed, and that's how far I ever got with them.
Okay.
And so they're just sitting there. And then I got this last Thursday. Jesse and I spent a little bit of money, and we got everything that's on the table over here. We picked all that up.
Yeah, that was obscene.
So if you've seen the video, so you know what everything that was in that
Right.
allotment. So everything that was I've had previously before that purchased is sitting on the table. So those guys there and the stuff on the table here is everything I had in the past.
Okay.
But
So you haven't had a dwarf army that's playable, or you had it? You did.
I did.
Okay.
I have about 1,500 points that are painted,
Okay.
but that's from 4th edition. That goes with
Yeah.
this army book right here.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was I built an army in that one, and it was a playable army that your typical size. Nowadays, everything is cheaper for points. It's like
Yes.
pointing out with the new rules, and it's like, oh, that's only 1,500 points. Where before it was like 2,000 points.
Yeah, my Bretonians are that way too. Like a Knight of the Realm was like 32 or 5 points or something in 5th edition.
Yeah, now they're like hardly anything.
Yeah, it's just
So
rebound.
there's a reason they did that. They wanted to sell more models.
Well, yeah.
And drink of the night is Maker's Mark.
Maker's Mark.
There you go.
Cool.
I've been to the Maker's Mark distillery down in Kentucky.
Wow.
Would be, I forget the name of the tell you on here.
The town, you mean?
Yeah.
Let's drive around Kentucky till you find it.
Just you can smell it.
You can just sense you're close.
Yeah, it's like you could be 5 miles away from the distillery and I smell it. I can smell the racks.
Well, Tim can smell the elk a quarter mile away. So probably you can smell a distillery, couldn't you?
Yeah.
The elk pee.
Hopefully it smells better than an elk, huh, Tim?
Star Hill Farm, Laurito, Kentucky. 45% alcohol. So,
Do you want to do the comments before we hit the topic?
aye, that we can click.
This stuff, I'll tell you, is strong. I've been drinking this stuff that I told you, the 67% or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is a strong bourbon. It is the
Verified.
strongest bourbon that I've ever had.
And I like my bourbon with ice and water. So always did. Okay, here we go. That one needs a small pig to go with that flock of sheep there.
Yeah.
Big old razorback. That's what you need.
I got the pigs. They're ready to go.
Is it the old traditional Russian style boar, or is it the?
It's the European, actually. I got them from Gripping Beast, and both the cows and like a lot and most of the animals are based on Europe, because they were done for Saga. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sure.
You can use that whiskey to strip minis.
Yeah, probably.
Canadian metric seconds are different from U.S. imperial seconds, because when you said "I'll be back in a second," we said, "Well, second up."
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Poor estimation.
Yeah.
Did you land on the elk when you fell? No. Fall and cursing scared off all the elk. That's why you didn't see any.
They're probably all in New Mexico, like we'd said.
Good to see the Musties are back. Hey, yeah. With his beer and burger.
Yes. It's like a midday thing for him.
Yeah.
I think, from what he was saying.
All hail the 3-foot rule. Everything looks good at 3 feet. It was that big. We be ancient, Tim. Yeah, unfortunately. Some of us are in our 60s. Just think, when I started my channel, I was in my 40s.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's longevity.
Yeah. I just don't have enough common sense to quit. That's why. Yeah, fog and mist. That was last night when we had the Aurora. Last night was just foggy and cloudy, and like, darn it.
Keep up
57.
the Moors.
14 degrees Celsius is 57. Okay.
There we go. Where was that comment when we needed it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink is, I guess I have eggnog with, well, I usually, if I'm drinking eggnog, there's always,
Santa Claus around?
I always put brandy in it.
There's always reindeer that I can smell not far away.
You got to be on the good list first, Palmer. I don't know.
Well, speaking of eggnog, it's like today when I was at the store, there was eggnog on the shelves. I'm like, oh boy, it's November,
you know
I guess.
It's literally going to be here before you know it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like when we were 5.
It's taken forever.
2 months. It was like 100. It was a lifetime between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and now it's like, oh my God! It's a blink of
You
an
wake
eye.
up one morning, it's like, well, it's New Year's already. We're having the Christmas.
We're
Yeah,
having
you
the
slept
Christmas-
right
we're
through
taking
it
the tree
yesterday.
down. We just put it up. What is happening?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my project for Saturday. It's going to put up the Christmas lights.
Before the weather gets bad.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice, this through the weekend, so I figured I might as well do that. I haven't put them up since, we put up new gutters, roof, and siding.
Oh, that's right.
And so I haven't put them up because I got to put up all the connectors and everything.
Yeah.
And not to mention the last 2 years I have been, out of action. So I've been feeling good enough to climb on the ladder and break myself.
I was gonna say,
Yeah,
see if
we-
you can
we just
damage
did that.
yourself again. Yeah.
We just did that this weekend.
Worst smell tick-covered moose.
I like to wait till it gets really cold and then do it.
Yeah, and you're like, it's like, it's snowing in a blizzard. Time to put up the lights.
Try to put up the lights, and then I can cuss and get really in the Christmas spirit.
Dino. All right. Okay, your mercenary commander theft and interference finally got to me back into. Okay, cool.
Well, that's
I
awesome.
now have 20 mercenary companies. Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
Thanks for
of
joining in the chat tonight, Dino. I don't think we've seen you on here before, but you're always welcome to join.
Yeah.
And we do have a weird thing about BattleTech. This show's been going for 9 years.
Break.
And anytime somebody mentions BattleTech, we have to take a sip.
Yeah.
It's a really weird thing.
It's a real thing, though.
It just kind of
We even
happens.
have a banner for it.
That's right.
Right.
It's kind of a weird thing. I don't know how to explain it when somebody new comes in.
That was kind of organic how it all
But
started.
it is like it's something that people should know because they're gonna like, what's going on?
Yeah, we are weird.
Like, what does
but
this
not-
alcoholism have to do with BattleTech?
Well, yeah,
We've talked. That's the thing is you always have a drink and for the show, and then we always talk about BattleTech. So every time we talk about BattleTech, like you gotta have a drink.
And so not everybody in the show drinks. Not even everybody that it's not not even everybody that's part of the show
It's
on
not
screen drinks. But it's just something
not
we do.
required. It's an inside joke. That's not.
That's
Yes.
right.
So I'm
But
glad.
you're welcome to at home if you like.
Yes.
So yeah, it's the nice thing about it is that I've been doing BattleTech content for a while now. I guess.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of your stuff. I finally got where I was looking to see what you guys been up to on YouTube, and I saw a lot of your stuff's been BattleTech recently. Yeah.
I always do at least one video a week. Well, I haven't done it today because I had too many appointments. But I have to do it tomorrow. I got to make my BattleTech video for next week. But I usually do them a week out in advance. So I have.
Well, if there's anybody that knows about BattleTech, it is you. Talk about being in it for decades.
Yeah, I've been there since the beginning. So
Yes,
it's been
that's
40
that's
years.
impressive, and you're still very. I mean, you are in it still, and
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
I was in my 20s when I started playing BattleTech.
Well, that'd be let's do the math. 1932.
It was that was like 9 years ago.
Wow.
Blink and it's over. Yes, Christmas is gone and the heart
Sorry, I was looking at a comment ahead. We'll get to it.
Okay.
Okay. I just need to rent an airfield spotlight or two for Christmas lights. You ever see the what's his Tim Allen show, Home Improvement?
Oh,
Yeah.
that old
Oh,
show.
yeah.
Yeah.
The time he put all the Christmas lights on and he lit them up and it helped I think it was a land aircraft because they could see. Oh, they've got the light cutting through the snow. Where'd that bright light come from?
I don't remember that one, but we used to watch it. Yeah. That's a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the 90s.
Yeah.
I've been watching for a while, but never caught a live stream. Yeah, we've been doing the live stream since 2016.
Well, this is our 9th year, so
Yeah.
it's been a while. Then you're very well versed in the BattleTech thing. I'm sorry I subjected you to that.
Yeah.
It's
Jeez, talk about
I just
beating a
made
dead
an
horse.
assumption.
Holy bucket.
Anyways,
Drink. That's the old thing. Everybody says drink. Mention BattleTech. Drink. Let's see. Between you guys and Old Demon, you're the last tabletop content I watch. Don't ever change.
we appreciate
We're too old to change. I always say an old dog can't change its spot or change or can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, we're too old.
Leopard can't change its spots.
Yeah, that's it. An old dog can't change, and the thing.
We
The
can't
old
even
dog can't
think
start
of it.
performing tricks.
Yeah. I just downed a tasty, musty beer for lunch. Don't tell the wife. I knew you were probably having a burger to go with that drink. That's for sure.
This was the
What?
one I laughed
You mean
at.
you don't have a drink anytime?
He's like, what? You mean I don't have to have a drink every time?
I mean, Drinking.
I don't know.
It's like my liver enzymes resent that remark.
Yeah, it's discretionary drinking.
Well, let's just say if you come over to my house.
Oh gosh.
Anybody need some scotch? Just a small bottle.
Yeah, your liquor cabinet's impressive.
And the sad thing is that everybody was like, "You must drink a lot." No, I don't. It's like I haven't had a drink since our last show. Let's put it that way.
Well, you couldn't accumulate that much if you drank a lot.
That's kind of the difference between us. I've always mentioned that I actually run out of alcohol for each season. Like that's like practically nothing.
Well, I always say that you never run out of alcohol because they always distill more. It's
I guess that's true. I just run out of it on the shelf.
That's fair.
Whenever I get a new box of Battletech minis, the first thing I do is look up where all the minis are, all the mechs on your channel. Yeah, that's the thing is that as I'm slowly going through all the books, eventually I will be done and I'll be like, oh, they better make more books.
I keep wondering when you're going to run out of content for that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think 19 tech manuals.
Good Lord.
Well, some of them might be doubles. So, but yeah, there's a lot. And
Boy,
I've only gone through maybe
we're
5.
blessed.
I've still got 100 years of books to get through. I still have a few of the Battle Technology magazines somewhere. Yeah, I have a bunch of them that are in a box someplace.
Well, we're almost done with the comments because we are well into the last hour and we've not started our first topic yet.
Yeah, my
not trying to be the school teacher here, but just like
you are. Yeah. Jeez, Mom.
Just because we have topics doesn't mean we have to get through all of them.
Yeah, that's true.
No, you're right though. Just give me a shit.
All right, so we have got through the comics, and I'll take down my comment banner here. We've drank enough already, as you can tell. Pomper's into his second drink already.
Second, he had one.
Yeah,
well, actually, with that 67%, he's probably
in my
on
fourth.
His third.
Yeah. Well, that first one was a double.
Yeah.
And that was finished before we even got to my update.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Okay, Mom. Geez, getting rid of all the
Debbie
fun.
Downer.
Okay, we'll do the important stuff now.
Debbie Downer here. All right. All right. So we have some topics here. I got to go right back to the top of the page. These are provided by Tim.
It was?
Yeah.
Oh,
One
yeah.
of them, it was one each, I think. One from Tim, one from Dan.
Yeah.
If I remember correct.
I'm not sure which one provided which.
I did the older editions
Okay.
and dead games.
That's the first one, topic number 1. So guess what?
What?
Topic number 1, playing dead game systems, pros and cons, as well as playing older editions of current games, pros and cons. All right. So.
Say that again, Rusty. I'm hard hearing. What?
Say again.
Say again?
Say again.
It's at the
What
bottom.
was that topic? Playing dead games.
Sammy?
Oh, I have a pet peeve with this one.
All right.
Oh, let's go. Whoa.
Here, let me do
What are
it.
you talking about, Tim? You talking about the topic?
Yeah.
With you, the old systems?
Oh, I just hate the term dead game system.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Unsupported or what? I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's
There's people that
Better-
actually believe that. They live and die for the next new thing. And instead of
instant
finishing
gratification.
what they have, it's almost like they can't wait to get rid of it for somebody else to tell them how to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like,
Sometimes they enjoy the hype train, too.
Getting on the bandwagon.
Yeah, being part of a all the
Well,
excitement.
we talked about pros and cons, and so I think that that's a good
That's
starting
a good
point
It's a-
because
it's
there's
a good
negative
start
aspects
point.
of it.
So, who wants to kick it off?
Why
I
don't
know
you
that
start, Tim?
Tim
Since you
is-
actually you've showed your hand a little bit.
Okay. Show my hand.
you showed.
I'm showing my hand.
Literally.
Literally showing my hand.
Littorally.
Okay. Well, one of
Literally.
the things that bothers me about that is that it's no games. If you have a set of rules for which you can play a game, like whatever old edition of Warhammer or anything, as long as you have the rules, that game is not dead. It's only dead if you get rid of it and just jettison that set of rules and stuff.
So
Now
just
the
send it to the
terminology
scrap heap.
comes from the fact that no one's giving new updates. You're not getting the next newest little shiny object and all that kind of stuff. If that was the case, historical wargaming should have died out years ago. Because basically, I don't care what rule system you're using for historical, it's just historical wargaming. So if you wanted to say that something was dead, it's the moment that it was done one time, and after that it was dead. Because everything that come after those rules falls within a certain set of parameters.
Mhm.
Or it's not historical wargaming. When you begin to add magic or super duper heroes and all kinds of stuff like that, then you begin to drift away from the truer form. And so is the truer form really dead? No, I don't think so. I don't think it's ever truly dead. And like there were parts of 5th and 6th edition Warhammer that I just absolutely loved and would play them again if I had the stuff. If I had the rule books and stuff. I don't know where they would be. I probably lost track of them or something. So that game to me is not dead, but I can understand the thought process that if you're not getting another update, you're not getting a new army book Games Workshop has brought that idea of something being dead because they keep throwing out something new all the time. And so people automatically assume the old thing is dead because they're not recognizing it anymore. That the writers of the rules have moved on from that edition, and so therefore it's dead. I think that's a dangerous, slippery slope for. I mean, you can see it in other parts of society where they just say, "Well, this person's too old now. They're done. They're too old. They can't play this role anymore. We got to do something else, and we got to change it." And so everything that they've done up to that point, even though you can see it, everybody assumes that it's dead.
Yes,
it's finished. It's not true. It's really not true. That they're dangling that carrot out in front of everyone to keep that money train running. And if you fall into that, where it's always that next newest thing, I hope you got lots of bucks. I hope you got lots of bucks because they will take them.
mm-hmm.
Because I don't believe board games, self-contained editions of something. Someone gives you a board game. You play the game. You play it for weeks on end, and then you pack it up and put it on the shelf. Is that game dead?
It may be it's better to say it's out of production if it's no longer being produced, but it's still a self-contained
I
system.
didn't say it wasn't being produced. I said you just weren't playing it right now. You box it up and put it on the shelf.
Yeah, it's a self-contained system, so it never dies.
It never dies.
and I don't disagree with you. And I would just say that it's like how your definition is, because you could argue that no game's alive, right? Like, like if you define it as community supporting it or whatever, then I guess that's one way they could define it. But I agree with you, because I'm very much about, I'm very much about contains. I love contained systems that are complete, and that is alongside with what you're talking about, like, and one of the pros of a system that is completed and is that you don't have to continually worry about the updates, and you're not looking at a magazine that's changing your game every month, like, and you're not like painting miniatures, like a long arduous process to have it changed within 30 days, and so like some of those things are real positives about games that are not being actively changed or supported, depending how you look at it.
That's that saying a game system is dead is just, I don't know, it just seems blind and short-sighted, and actually you're depriving yourself of all. Say, like, there were, like I said, lots of parts of 5 and 6, even 4 I enjoyed.
If you take out the dead part and just use that as, knowing that Dan was mentioning, using that as a nomenclature to saying, completed systems that are not supported anymore, like, what's the positives and negatives? Like, what are your thoughts in that respect? You've mentioned some of them already, but.
Oh yeah, I agree that the term is a bad term, and I think it's self-serving for those who are in that, hamster wheel of, the next update, the next FAQ, the next army book, in that sort of mindset, that if something is completed, like what you're saying, to them, I think they think that it's actually dead because it's getting nothing new.
Right.
And so I feel bad for those people, because I just don't think, and the reason I feel bad for them, because I was that kind of person. I couldn't wait for the next army book, couldn't wait for the next rules edition, couldn't wait. And it was really something that really detracted from the experience of playing the game that you were in. Because you remember, like, at the end of the old world, by the time they got through some of the books for the new edition of rules, they already had another set of rules coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So your book, by the time some people were getting their newest book, it was already out of date.
So if you had the Bretonnian army, you were sitting waiting for an update on your Bretonnian army, and it was never one until it's like, oh, we got a new edition, never got an update. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You could almost argue on a theoretical level that the best games are never the ones currently in production, because they're not the best game until they've closed the book and they remain the best game. And what I mean by that is, like, Mordheim, whether I like it or not, and like, I kind of like Mordheim, but I would never say that it's like my favorite game or even in my top 5. And some people just love it to death, and it has a huge following. But using that as an example, it's being played, and in many respects, among a lot of the older GW games, it is one of the older GW games no longer in production that has one of the most dedicated fan bases.
Yes.
But you can't claim that status until you've stood the test of time and closed the book and stopped making changes. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, in the sense that, like, and so in some ways you call it a dead game, call it a unsupported game, whatever it is.
Finished game, whatever.
There may be games that'll come out better, but you won't know until actually they finish with it. They finish messing with it. And then once they finish messing with it, and then finally close the book, and then time has gone on, and then you see how many people, like, And, you know, I'm just saying that if you use people and their loyalty and the communities that support it going forward, like as an example, everybody has the right to their own opinion what they think the best game is. But if you use that as a measure, you know, just then as one measure, then you really can't be one of the best games until, if you look at it that way, until you stood the test of time and people have stuck with it. And even with everything else that's coming out, people are still going towards that game.
Right.
You know, it's one.
Yeah, that's a very, very high standard for a game to achieve, is that to have that sort of dedication and longevity. I mean, it's a testament to its theme, its aesthetics, its miniatures, its rule system, that all, you know, come together to create a really wonderful experience. And that's what we're all after when we play a game. We're all after that experience of playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
If when I was younger, everything was about winning for the longest time. And it took the loss of a group of people that I enjoyed being around. We had a wonderful time with what we were doing, to get me to understand that it was not about the winning. And it was about those moments where everyone comes together and you're doing this game, group activity, whatever it is. That is the thing that you will remember. I remember tournaments I've went to that were such great experiences that I don't remember who won it. I don't remember how I played. I remember that essence of that event. You know, yeah, I had some good games and bad, and some funny things happened and weird stuff. You know how dice are, but the thing that you remember most is that camaraderie and that being there with those people. That's what you remember most.
Absolutely.
So I've kind of lost talk where I was going with that. I started thinking about missing that stuff, and I had to learn that lesson that these games that we play have a much greater value than just the rules and the winning and the losing of them. They are small little time capsules of our existence, where we spend our time, our money, our energy on these things, and they shouldn't be just. That's why I hate that term, a dead game system. I despise it, because it downplays all the time, money, and energy you put into the edition before, and everybody else that put into that, from the writers of the rules to the sculptors of the miniatures. It's almost like, well, that's trash now, we need this.
Yeah.
I
started my answer while you were talking, so I'll just mention a positive. But one thing I'll just say,
I'll shut up, because
no. I was just going to say, because we got Rusty and Dan too, but I did, in honor of your kind of thought on this topic, because I put like Live After Death, like a great live album by Iron Maiden, as my background. Not for any of you Iron Maiden fans. And so Life After Death. And so, but basically, I really enjoyed the energy around the old world forming for the Warhammer Fantasy Old World when they brought it back. And even though I really enjoyed playing 6th edition, and I have no problem like with playing older rule sets, and I kind of agree with like the, you know, some of the things that Tim just said, like, you know, we're just I like older games, and I have older games that I come back to Saga. Like I like older games. But then also like sometimes when the stars align, if there's something I'm interested in, and then it comes out with an update on the rules, and then all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of new people, as Tim was just saying, like it oftentimes is about the friendships we form and just meeting new people and stuff. That sometimes it's kind of just fun to like just all of a sudden be like, I'm not doing it necessarily. I'm pretty principled. I don't just get into games to meet new people because there's too many games. But when I want to get into something, and if it happens to be a reboot, and I'm kind of interested in it, sometimes it's fun just to start a new game system too.
Oh, and yeah, I'm not saying I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm not at all.
Yeah.
It's that topic of
you're just not against the old systems.
I'm just not against the old systems.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they will continue to have value. If somebody had collected all of, say, all the 6th edition books and the rules and the FAQs and all that kind of stuff, they could have just as much fun with that as somebody playing the new old world.
Yeah, absolutely.
I firmly believe that.
Yeah. DBA for me is a great example. Like I was introduced to DBA, I don't know, 30 to 40 years after it came out. And even though there was another edition, like I'm playing edition that's a bit more current, it's historically known to be a game that is, although they make changes, its core fundamentals are pretty much rooted in what it is, DBA. Like it's a very unique game. And I really like it. I think it's an amazing game. And and it also happens to be an old game that has a huge fan base. I would put that on par with Mordheim, and that it has a huge fan base. Josh says, "I hope you're paying your test of honor, minis, Palmer." We'll get to that comment later. But yes, you came in a little late, but that's actually what I'm in the middle of doing: Dark Ages and Test of Honor, Dark Ages and Samurai. So I am going to be doing lots of that. But again, like for just like what Tim was saying, is that like I don't care how many of my friends now are actually getting into something. I know that if I paint both sides, I can get somebody into it. And I'll even play with family members when I play both sides. And so for me, it becomes about the hobbying and your immersion. Tim, you're really into ancients, and like you get into a knowledge of like the background of the history more so than I know at all. I've been reading about ancient history recently only because I got a book on medieval history, and they started with ancients history in order to know how medieval people thought, like where it came from.
Yeah, it's to me, one of the greatest things about it is you get to see how things came about, the decisions and the people that were moving and shaking the world at the time, and how even today we are dealing with the effects of things that happened 1,000 years ago. I find no end of enjoyment in reading about ancient history. I love it. I listen to podcasts about it. It's just one of those time periods that I just find it has so much in it. And I'm always amazed at in that time period, the numbers of people that were involved in activities, from building to warfare to the ships on the seas. I mean, vast navies that the world wouldn't see again for almost 500-600 years, if not more.
Or never.
Or never, yeah.
Because of the way warfare and technology
and
concentration is going.
I mean, when you think of the vast navies we had in World War II that were plying the seas, that's quite comparable. But I always make the example of how long would it take us today to move 80,000 men just across the Aegean Sea, that little bitty strip of water between Italy and the Balkans. Okay, how long would it take us to do that?
About a time it takes to build a bridge. Just kidding.
Airlift, yeah.
Like Caesar did it, and him and Mark Anthony did it in a relatively short amount of time with the technology that they had, and they had people trying to prevent them from doing it.
Yeah.
So it's, to me, it's so fascinating that all that knowledge and ability almost got washed completely away, and it's almost like everything had to be relearned. We were reset after during the Justinian plague began, and then it just dominoed effect after that. But that plague had a lot to do with the way our world is today.
That's interesting.
And that's enough about dead games.
Yeah. So I see Rusty's itching to talk about dead games.
Yeah. And I walked into the real dead people.
Thanks. So I just had this conversation last week. We were talking about games that were pretty much no longer played or come back, resurrected. A couple games we were discussing was like Dystopian Wars and War Machine. And they brought them back, but, all the miniatures that I have are not even, they don't use them anymore. It's like rewriting a system and then turning around and just like, oh, sorry, but nothing that you own is viable anymore. So in some ways, that is telling me that is an endpoint for my love of the system.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no longer. So I'm like a bug stuck in amber. I'm stuck in time. I'm fossilized in some ways. That I'm self-contained now. If I want to go back and play Dystopian Wars, I just pull off the old rulebook. I got the miniatures. So really, the system is continuing on. The only issue that it has with that is that if someone new comes along and wants to play, they have to acquire stuff that is no longer in production. The rules are not an issue because there's so many of those things floating around.
Yeah, and some of them you can get PDFs even,
Yeah, so that's not an issue. It's like if you want to go back and play 6th edition Warhammer Fantasy.
It's cheap to do. Easy.
The miniatures are still viable today.
Proxies are viable. The rule books are easy to find.
Yeah.
Army books.
So that's the only drawback I can see about getting into someone new into an older system. It's just acquiring all the old stuff. Or in some cases, the old stuff is still new stuff. If you look at the old world, like Bretonnian Army, the new box set is like, well, that's all the old stuff. It's just now in plastic. So
yeah, for the most part, yeah.
So there's nothing new there. But that is the only thing I can see being a drawback. And it's just a self-contained unit. It's like you were saying, Palmer, is that a system has now reached its pinnacle of what it can be.
Right.
And there's no changing it unless, let's say, you look at Ninth Age or whatever, like fantasy. It's like, oh, they killed fantasy. We're going to just take over and make it our own and change it. But in all intents and purposes, it's a time capsule. Mm-hmm. You can go in and open up that time capsule and nothing has changed. It's still viable. It's still playable.
Still
available. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I was playing Warhammer Epic. Epic 40K.
Yeah.
Got all the rules, got all the miniatures. It's like my friends still have it. We just pick up and just start throwing dice. It's not an issue. I don't have a problem with it changing. And it's one of their best systems that Games Workshop ever made before they went to Armageddon or whatever it was and changed it. But
it's got a huge fan base.
It does. And there's a reason why people that were playing it in the 80s and 90s and 2000s and 2010s and 2020s still love the system because it's good, when something's good, why change it?
Yeah, I mean, War Masters has similar.
Yep.
I mean, they've tweaked still the same base game. They've just that War Master Revolution Facebook group or whatever has kept it very much alive.
Yeah, exactly. As long as there is a group of people, I can guarantee you that every system that is what people say dead, there's still
Right.
people playing it because they're like, I love it. It's one of the best systems I love. Now, if you would ask me, wanted to play 40K, Crown of Commands, they were playing, was it
Second edition.
second edition 40K? They had a big
Mhm.
tournament, breaking all out the old stuff and playing with it.
Yeah.
I still have all the stuff. I can still do it. I have all the box set
Mhm.
and all the stuff that went with it. So I could join in it. It's like I break out my time, crack the time capsule open and go, okay, I just need to do a little reading and remember how this all works again. But it'd probably come back to me. It's like when you play it for years, 4 years, and then suddenly they change it. It's like, still got that someplace rattling around in the cobwebs there. But
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing wrong with cracking something open and using it again.
Right.
And I think a lot of it is you got people today that expect, if it isn't being produced and being supported directly by the company, it's dead. They consider it dead, and they will immediately quit playing it and throw it away. And I've seen that where they'll just take, that's rule book's no good, and they walk over to the trash, and literally it's we got the new edition, let's throw that one away. And they don't even look back. They don't even think that any nostalgia with it. It's weird. In some ways, you got people that just throw away society. They don't think about a nostalgic aspect of it. So that is kind of sad in some ways.
Mm.
What say you?
Yeah, Dan, what do you think? You're the
Yeah.
originator of this one.
Yeah, and I think that what it was basically, as I was harvesting out there by myself all hours, I'm thinking about stuff, and I knew I wanted to get back into miniature painting as soon as I got done, which I was planning to, and I just got thinking about that kind of thing and the games that I enjoy and the games I'm thinking about, and I of course you've heard my bolt action kind of thing, and it got me thinking of, and then the other thing, I guess, since I was thinking getting back painting my Bretonians, and I was thinking ultimately, which my original dream was to play 5th edition, just for no other reason than that's when I really kind of fell in love with like I have the catalog I got at the hobby shop that had their complete Citadel catalog for, I think it was 97 or somewhere 1997, and the Bretonian stuff had just been out, and just even the colors, colors of the blisters and stuff. It's just, it really grabbed my eye. They had the plastic Mighty Fortress, I remember up, and so some of it's just nostalgia. I'd like to I wanted to do it then, but I didn't have the time or the money. Kids were being birthed at that time and just starting to farm on my own. So it all.
You were farming kids.
What's that?
You were farming
kids. Yeah. Yeah. And so anyway, I'd like to do that, but then I was thinking, well, I'll get together with Rusty. He's got all the old stuff too, and we could definitely do that. And then, or we could play Old World. And then which I remember, I wasn't following it that close through the summer on the Facebook, but I saw they had the FAQ that had come out 1.5 or whatever.
And it's made it even better.
Yeah, but herein was my thought. I'm like, for Christ's sake, I've played 2 games.
Yeah.
With the original book, and now they've kind of changed it, and I've seen on YouTube they're showing, well, here's how you build your list now, and I'm like, my God, yeah. I can't even keep up with and then they're already talking. I saw this week here when I was like that people are speculating when the next edition's going to come out. They said probably about 4 years, and I'm like, I've had a handful of games, and I don't mind the money of buying the new books so much, but then as slow as I do it, and I want to be able to use what I paint, and then which if you find that one person that wants to play in the same spirit you do, that wants to play the edition that you do, that's great. But most people like to seem to go on to the new exciting thing, which is fine. But I'm like, I can't keep up with that, and so then I got kind of bummed by that. And then I was thinking about the bolt action situation, because really, other than I get I've had a few games with Rusty, but my local buddy Mark, 95% of the games I play were with him, and we're still kind of debating. I get the sense he's kind of wanting to still, let's still try to do the third edition.
Yeah.
And I think partly because, I don't know, again, the same reason probably everybody else does. It's like, that's what you move on to. And then, like you guys had suggested, well, if you find a new player that either wants to get into it or does play, maybe there's some other guys around, or there's a tournament again in Omaha or Des Moines, and well, they're not going to play second edition. So, so if you want to participate, you almost have to do what people are doing. And I'm like, because I'm real tempted. I think Mark and I'd be tickled just to stick with. We've got all the books, because it's making me paint things again that to add to my, which I've talked how they make you build your lists. I'm going to have to buy and paint a few more things to play third edition properly.
Right.
And I'm like, and then I've got 3 armies. I've got the Americans, and I've got the Germans, and I've got the Soviets, and I was getting ready to start the Polish, but now all of a sudden my other 3 need some tweaking to actually, I mean, they're legal to play as they are, but to really play the way the rules are currently played, I would need to add. Some of them are big enough that I've got what I need. I could fit in, but some of them I don't. And I'm thinking, I had those armies essentially done for first or for second edition. I could add this. I could play it this way. It could be infantry heavy or whatever. But I didn't have 3 medium howitzers. I didn't have this small command tank that I need. And so then I'm like, so then you're going back that stuff that you kind of had finished, that you built. And I have the rules and loved it. That now we're trying to make. Why are we trying to make ourselves love this new current edition? And then I'm thinking the old world. By the time Rusty and I get together for a game, there'll be an FAQ, 1.7 or something. And I'll be like,
well, if you're not playing it, then you just probably just don't really need to read the rules until you're getting close to a game. And if it's not for like another year or two, then there might be another FAQ by that point.
I'll put it this way, is that sometimes it's just easier. Just go by what's the rule book, not
just
worry
the
about
base rule book game.
The
not
one
worry
thing
about the FAQs. But.
If you guys haven't done it yet, the only thing I would say, because I'm actually taking a break from Old World, because like I said earlier, so I don't have any vested interest in trying to defend Old World and the FAQ, because in all fairness, I'm taking a break. But what I will say is, for people that like to be able to use more of their miniatures, and they like infantry to have an impact on the game and not just dragons and the really like Hero Hammer stuff, this change is probably good. I mean, in the sense that you're going to be able to use your men-at-arms and your archers and your peasants, and you're going to be able to use your infantry and model. You're going to be able to use more of the models you painted than in the original release of the game. The original release of the game was a bit more Hero Hammer and Dragon Hammer and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I gathered.
And so the only thing I would say is, if you played it, I don't know if you played it any more than the game that we played.
That's all I've played.
Right. So then you're not you probably would have to read it. If you're like me, you would have to read the entire thing again anyway.
Yep.
And so what I would do is just give the FAQ a chance in this case. Because the one thing I was going to say is this, is it's not always that the first time they put the game out is the best, and then every iteration, every FAQ, or every edition is worse. It actually goes, in my mind, through fluctuations. And part of that is based on personal taste, and part of it is based on truly the game designers that come in and out and whatever. And so you, like with Bolt Action as an example, you really like second edition, and you're not liking third as much. Well, there may be a day that fourth edition comes out and it's actually, in your mind, better than third.
Right.
And in which case, you'll want to switch. if you're wanting to go to the tournaments and stuff too, and things like that. But
Right.
But there's also, this is nothing to say about your point, that your point is wrong, that like going back to second, if you can manage that with your friend group, that you're playing games with, then there's nothing wrong with just doing that.
Yeah, and I know there's nothing wrong with it, but it just seems like people don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So then you need to go with the flow, or I mean, that you don't have options. It's not like, well, it's not a solo game. I'll just keep playing second edition. I don't care. But you need an opponent,
This is a whole nother topic in of itself, because what I'm going to say here is that the older a game is, if it's gone through series of editions, the more likely, as it gets further and further from the original edition, have a renaissance to go backwards. And then like a group of people to say, let's just play the old stuff. Because if you look at Dungeons and Dragons, even though it's not, miniature tabletop gaming, there are people that are dedicated to play AD&D, like the original.
The original.
Yeah. Awesome. It probably wasn't as dedicated when it was like third edition as now at fifth. And the only reason I think is, if I'm at all perceiving this right, is that the further you get away, the more a group of people, like the more change happens. And then as the change compounds, eventually people want to just like experience what they did a really long time ago that's drastically different than today.
Right.
And so that's why you have people that play like Warhammer 3rd edition, like fantasy. And there are people that play like every single game system that has we have actually a good example in the house right now. I don't know if Josh is listening still, but like Josh is involved with this kind of stuff for like 2nd edition 40K. Like he plays like these
older editions of Warhammer. He plays 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
Renaissance.
And there's a community around that.
Just not where I am, though. I mean,
But the question is, when did that really start happening? And did it happen did it happen as much in 3rd edition, or excuse me, let's say 4th or 5th edition, or is it happening drastically more now after, let's say, 8th or 9th edition, or now 10th? I suspect that it actually is a thing that happens when you get far enough out.
Okay.
But in like some games where you're not far enough out, like they're only in their second or whatever, that you just don't hear a huge movement yet. You'll probably get a bolt action movement that will go back to a particular edition at one point. If the game continues for another 10 years, there's going to be a point where there probably will be people that will do that.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's just part of the evolution of...
Yeah, you're always going to have a group of people that are going to be dissatisfied with what they're seeing.
And also you get to a point too, like I don't want to keep buying more stuff,
Yeah.
Because for 3rd edition, I did finally I found somebody in the United States that was selling the Soviet 3rd edition army book, which I finally, it was super cheap, and it's going to be here Tuesday. But that's the only thing other than the rule book that I've purchased for the game, because I just can't. I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't. That's painful, but I don't know. I was just thinking about that, just trying to. So then I didn't know if it was just me, and I'm not being crotchety, and I'm not hating on 3rd edition at all. And I know there's a lot of people that like it for a variety of reasons, and that's great. I don't like it as much, and then I just try. Then you get thinking about, we've talked before about a game system that's no longer supported or is finished or whatever. Those are awesome because everything is there. I know, Palmer, you've talked about it. It's like it's completed. There is going to be no more releases. These are all the army books. These are all the supplements. These are the online FAQs. This is
surprises.
There's no surprises. I mean, yeah, because like for 5th edition, I mean, that's been floating around my house since the 90s, and it's the Bretonian Army book is the Bretonian Army book, and the it's you aren't always chasing after the new units, and like even the old world, then they'll release, then they release the Foot Knights and which are like $850,000 per man or something like that.
You know,
Like,
one thing that's
crazy.
interesting is, speaking of BattleTech, you know, that game we never talk about.
Drink.
The the idea, even though it's not exactly like another version, more modern version, like the idea of having a game that you then label the classic game and you don't get rid of it, but you create another game you could do your miniatures with and call it Alpha Strike, you know, or other games. Like I'm not an expert on BattleTech. Maybe there's something beyond that, but that's actually not a bad way of doing it. You know, like just basically keep the classic game. You know, they've done, it's good enough that they've never really felt the need to like really overhaul it. And then
the changes they've done is so minor that it you just look at, oh, okay, you don't notice the change.
Exactly.
Well, that's what Bolt Action. It was some dramatic changes, and that's the part I guess I'm having trouble stomaching. If it was just sort of the next little evolution and tweaking the complaints and the FAQs, adding in, and that's fair. But
but throwing the baby out with the bath.
In my opinion, they just did. But I don't know. That one just bugs me because it is my favorite game.
They messed with your favorite.
They messed with my jam. I was in my happy place, and I was just happy to keep tooling away like that. And then all of a sudden, even my gaming partner's kind of like, well, let's do the 3rd edition. And I think he's gotten a couple of the Army books, and and that's fine. I don't know. It's one of those things you think about, like why does it happen? I mean, I know why companies keep doing, but why do people like Tim said, just like the game's no longer supported, or if a new edition comes out or whatever, then like, oh yeah, we're done. It's like, that's everybody, just you move on or you quit. It's interesting. It's sort of a sociology thing.
It's kind of like a shark, and you always got to keep moving forward, or else you die.
Yeah.
And also, it's sad, but like we all know that the mentality that often gets accused to companies is that it's the new players they really feel spend the most money on the game, like because they're the ones that are gonna like buy the new rule book and buy a new army. Like they're not bringing.
They don't have anything.
To the table. Like in all fairness, like I've put some coin down for Old World. I mean, I've not spent an insignificant amount with GW across existing armies.
I'm not knocking it at all.
But at the same time, like I probably didn't spend as much as somebody that actually like just got into the game and bought an entire new army.
I spent $500 on it.
I used the option to get some of the made to order minis, and which are good in any edition. And I mean, and I bought the rule book, and it's a fun system. I had a great time playing it. I'm not at all knocking the edition compared to any other edition. It's just like I can't keep up. Even Lord of the Rings is another one, which I know maybe I'm my own case, like where I'm not actively gaming or going to the hobby shop, every couple weeks, so I'm not. And I don't paint full time or whatever. I don't know, but by the time I get my armies painted, there's like, or finally find somebody that wants to play, or I can actually get together with them to play.
Passed you by.
Yeah,
that's already what happened with me in Infinity.
The new book's coming out already, and I'm like, oh man.
Infinity, that happened to me. I actually played I played a 2nd edition, I think, and then I bought all into the 3rd, but a lot of my gaming friends weren't playing it. If I really tried hard enough, I could have found community in my city to play it, but I just got distracted. And then it passed me by, and already there's new books, and I'm like, you know what? There's no way, way I'm spending any more money. Like, and so I totally get it.
And it's like, boy, but I've got everything I need to play whatever edition. But now, like, I mean, who are you going to find that wants to do that randomly? In all fairness, you're just probably not, unless you're in a huge city and maybe they've got some, group that plays 2nd edition this or 4th edition that or whatever, or Dystopian Wars. They still get together and play that, or they have armies and they'd love to get together and play. But I don't have that option for one thing, and
you're sort of forced to stick with something. And
Yeah, you have to
you're-
follow the herd or get eaten by lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
go
just
through the comments here.
weird.
We have. Let's catch up here. Okay, Dino said dead game systems. So there's a future for my old BattleTech collectible card game cards from the 90s. Obviously, yes. I do have a whole box of those things. I remember Mel and Tim and I, like my friend Tim, we all bought like 2-3 boxes of that game, and like unwrapping them and everything, and we played some games with it for a while, and then it's like, and I put them all in a box, and it's like someday maybe I'll play it again. But never know. My wife came home unexpectedly, so I have to hide my musty beer evidence.
Shit.
What? Day drinking? Oh no!
5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Amen.
I specialize in dead game systems, obviously, because you're playing second edition, you're playing the old Warhammer Fantasy.
But he's got people that do that.
Want to. That's the thing. You got to find the people that want to do that because they enjoy the nostalgia of it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, or just interested because once in a while Josh has somebody on that's, they haven't played Warhammer or whatever, but he's getting them into Warhammer Renaissance, and
Yeah, but I would actually pose this. I don't know this for a fact. Maybe Josh can correct me, but Josh, if you can write in the comments, what percentage of your interactions regarding to like second edition 40K or in person versus online, and people that you interact with the community from far away over the internet? Because being in Japan, and I know you have people that when they visit Japan that you'll get a game with them and stuff, but I suspect that you still do a lot of it remotely.
Well, he does a lot of that. There's a couple guys over there. I can't think of their names off the top of my head that come over, and Paul, I think, is one of the guys. He's got and there's a couple other guys that do play that stuff, and they have their armies even.
Oh, okay. So like in Japan, like they live there too, and they play.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's great. If he's got a local group, like local, I know that he interacts like way beyond worldwide with
you're
folks.
not wrong there. I mean, that's a fact too, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know a bunch of the battle reports I watch they're live, and it's not somebody visiting. It's people that live there.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. He's a lucky dude.
Yeah, no, that's
you're
true.
painting your Test of Honor minis, Palmer.
I will be, that's for sure. They're in queue. I showed a red maple tree that I made from scratch for Test of Honor just earlier on the show.
Yeah, that was cool.
I don't know if you haven't seen it, Josh. If you're still there, you might appreciate it. But it's just this. I painted this a while ago for Test of Honor. I'm about to make 2 more.
That is sweet.
Horsehair, wire, armature, and everything. I love it.
That is
cool. So it's going to be cool.
Clyde says BattleTech collector card game is my favorite card game.
Really?
Yeah. I used to
think.
I was playing BattleTech and Magic the Gathering at the same time. It was the heady days of collectible card games.
Yeah.
I remember the day, man, it was like a new one coming out all the time. It was like trying to find something new. It's like, we always kept going back to the same games, though.
Mm.
Do you mean us personally or the country? I'm missing the context of that one now. It's been so while.
What was it again? Or do you mean us personally? That was about going over that was Tim's comment about whether or not what it would take to cross that river with all those people, 80,000 people.
Oh.
And he said, do you mean a country or like us personally doing it? That's when that came up.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Same problem with Magic. My brother and I play Moderns. Kids don't really care about Modern. That's like old stuffy stuff. I like you don't see modern games very often. You think of, Plastic Soldier Company's Battle battle group game they have. They got the system that's
Not Team Yankee, is it?
no, that's the same guys that do the Warhammer Flames of War.
Oh, yeah.
Because Flames of War is Warhammer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's not really historical. But yeah, Battle Group is more historical, and they have a modern, and they also have the World War II, which I don't, for the life of me, understand. Is that they designed that system for 20 mil versus 15 mil. It can't fathom why they did that, but. Red period GW stuff just hits best. The red period is at the 90s when everything was red, and
I thought it was kind of
remember
fifth
all the
edition.
books that had red covers and
it's like
all the
everything that
red and
orcs
I
are
know
running
if he
around
meant
with
red
axe
weapons
handled, and
yeah.
yep.
yeah, I felt to that sensation myself. You look at my orc army, right, with the K, those orcs. There's a lot of red in them. I enjoy 40K the most, my second edition till the early 2000s. I'd be honest and have to say that we played second edition 40K probably, till at least 2000. I think we skipped third edition. It might have been third or fourth edition when we really made the change.
Yeah, it's all about your group,
Yeah.
And
I think it was
what
fourth
Mark and I
edition.
do. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we changed it till fourth edition. You fit right in here. Yeah. Drake. Well, we're talking about BattleTech again.
Yeah.
Oh, Sweet Summer Child. There's Battle Troop, Battle Space, Aerotech, Battle Force, Alpha Strike, that new co-op BattleTech, Aces, so much BattleTech of other flavors. Yes, the other thing is like Battle Troops, Battle Space, Aerotech were in some ways systems that really never took off. It's just like an addendum, which all kind of feels that they took and absorbed into the Total War rule set. Before it was just like you got this set, you got this set. If you want to play just this way, you want to play this way, and then Total Warfare just kind of like congealed it all together. It's just like let's get everybody together, play on the same battlefield.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I agree with everyone's opinions here in relation to dead games. I regret throwing out all my old games when the edition changed back in the day. It cost me a fortune to get back. I'm sort of what you call a
Hoarder.
I never got rid of it.
You're a collector for sure, yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of stuff. I got the first edition of Flames of War rules still sitting on the shelf that we played when it first came out. And now I look at it and go, why am I keeping this? Because it's like I'm not a big Flames of War fan to begin with. I love World War II. I love playing it, but certain rules just don't really.
Yeah, Flames of War has never interested me, but I know a lot of people like it.
It's simple, but the only thing I think it has in common with World War II is the miniatures. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's what the appeal ends for me too because of that.
Yeah, but yeah, I can see trying to collect up all those boxes. That's one thing I do regret is I would finish up a bunch of miniatures, put them together, and then I just throw the old sprue away and the box along with it. You just think about all of the old boxes I've tossed. I still have some of them. I got stuff that's still on hand.
You need a bigger house if you kept the boxes too.
Yeah. like the other day, I was digging through stuff. Oh no, miniatures everywhere. Like this right here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see empty boxes for sale on eBay sometimes.
Yeah, the worst thing is it's the old Stormtroopers Imperial Guard box. You know what's in it?
No.
Sprues for orcs.
Yeah, it's just a storage box.
It's a storage box for my orc stuff.
That's okay. They got to be somewhere.
And then what else is here? I got another box. Oh, what's that one? What is that one? That's the old box of Space Marines, where you buy it and you get, I think it's 6 Space Marines or something like that, or 10 Space Marines on sprues. Back in there. What fell out? Oh yeah. Miniatures for making more Mechanicum stuff. I'm a squirrel. At times you got to throw away your old books. My ma threw mine away. Yeah, I've had that where Palmer and I were discussing it when we had all the old Star Wars miniatures collectibles.
Oh yeah, the figurines.
Yeah, the little figurines. I had everything from the first Star Wars movie.
Those action figures, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have mine.
I did till my mom threw them out. I went to college and she
I was
got rid
going
of
through
them.
that stuff recently.
And that I had that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I remember that. I didn't have that.
Yeah, I got the case of all the miniature figurines.
That's
right here.
awesome.
Well, I'm actually looking at selling them. They're not really. I got to start getting rid of stuff. I can't like continue to have things laying around anymore.
I totally get it. I'm thinking about getting rid of a lot of my 40K stuff, getting rid of some of those armies, pare down my 40K armies, and stick with like Horus Heresy type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I lost a lot of the older stuff in a flood. I did too. I call it the flood of 2003. The sewer backed up on the street. It was during the Iowa State Fair, and there was so much garbage, and during a heavy rain, everything went flooded down and collected into the storm sewer, and it plugged it up, and it backed up into my basement.
Yeah,
And
about that.
you know, I had boxes, you know, like all my old like 40K boxes. Every edition that come out, you'd buy the box, and it was soaked in sewage, and my wife just took the whole box and everything that was in it, just tossed everything, including the miniatures that might have been in it. So.
What are you gonna do though?
Yeah. It was a great magazine purge of 2007.
Oh no.
There's 20 years of White Dwarfs went out the door.
Yeah, that's.
I hear many stories of people losing their hobby gear due to flooding. Is that the Americans have basements? Yes. We have basements everywhere. Most people have basements. And in my case, it was the basement filling up with water.
And Clyde says in the next comment that it's a Canadian basement, but yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a North American thing. We can build our houses and build a basement.
That's where I'm at right now.
Yes.
And it says
I'm in my
Rusty.
basement.
Yeah, I'm in mine.
I'm in mine.
No way.
That's why we're musty.
That's right.
We're the musty Wargamers. We're the musty basement dwellers.
That's right.
I'm glad you didn't use the word moldy.
Yeah.
Yeah, facts.
That's an awesome looking tree. Yes, that is. I also have the Wing Commander card game. Oh yeah, I might have some of those. I need to go through I got, you got those boxes like 5,000 cards. I got boxes of those things stacked up, full of Magic, of mostly like unlimited, like 5,000 unlimiteds and revised and stuff like that, and all the editions up to like 97. It's like Magic the Gathering. A new edition would pop out, and I'd buy like 2-3 boxes and just open them up and collect an edition. I'm blessed to have convinced my friends to jump down the nostalgia rabbit hole. Yeah, that's the good thing, is if you got a group of people that are willing to do it, you can go far and enjoy a lot.
Yeah, because a lot of people feel that way. You just have to find them, and it has to be, a game system you're into. But yeah,
and if you're lucky enough to have people like into it, and it's like, well, I just pull the old stuff off the shelf.
Right.
Train piece look nice, Palmer. Means Magic modern style. I'm not into the new Magic. The 90s were so good. There were lots. It was like the heady days of board gaming and miniature gaming. Stopped at 6th edition. 6th edition fantasy or 40K? Question. I'm beyond order. Flames of War died for me when everyone started taking tanks. My poor infantry company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a parking lot.
Real stormtroopers. Yes, the old style stormtroopers. I need a basement now. It's amazing how much crap you can store or collect when you have a basement.
It's cheap space.
It's like, you guys, both Palmer and Dan have been in my basement. When I first moved in here, this basement was completely empty. There was nothing down here. And over the years, it has turned into a massive pile of game stuff.
Yeah, it is.
And my wife complains all the time, she's like, this whole basement's your gaming stuff.
She's not wrong.
But you also do have plants, a section for plants down there, don't you?
Oh, yeah. It's like if I turn the light on right here.
Yeah.
That's all.
And then you have your weight bench too back there.
Yeah. Got my weight bench. Let me do it. I'll turn the light on.
And a sitting area. Yep.
See,
you have like
right.
your TV area.
In your computer area. What is she talking about?
Jeez.
Sorry, Mrs. Rusty.
What's that? What'd you say?
What were we saying? Oh, I said, I can't even remember.
Dan said, what is she talking about?
Yeah, what is she talking about?
Because we were saying you have your plan area, you have your weightlifting area, you have your TV
what is she
watching
talking
area,
about?
your
It's not
computer
just
area.
games.
And Dan's like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, it's like you can see back here. I brought in all the tropicals. I got my lemon trees and my hibiscus plants back here. As you can see, boxes upon boxes. You can see all of on the side right there, tubs upon tubs upon tubs along the wall right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's each tub holds a complete army.
Wow.
Painted.
Don't say that out loud, for one thing.
Yeah.
Is there any such thing as a complete army?
I'm at the point now in my
Playable?
life where, like right now, once I get done painting all these dwarves, I will not collect any more dwarves. That's a complete army.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm at that point where I'm not buying any new miniatures. I'm just, well, I can't say that.
You print.
Today I made, I shared with Palmer, I did get the Legion
Imperialis, yeah.
Legion Imperialis game
Mechanicum.
for Mechanicum. I did buy, because I'm a Mechanicum guy. I love Mechanicum. And I did add this.
Oh my.
Oh, okay.
I got another knight.
Oh, yeah, you showed me that too, actually. For a second, I thought you had a warlord there. I thought, like, for Imperialis. I wasn't sure what you had there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed me that, yeah.
But I do have the, this is the Knight Acheron.
Yeah.
This is the last of the Cerasis Knights I don't have. So
Oh, that'll be fun.
It's just, like, it's plastic instead of, all the other ones I had were resin. So you had to sand and car and get it everything nice and neat so you could get it ready for painting.
Well, gentlemen, I think that we have like maybe one or two comments left, but I think we'll be I'll be winding down at least. So you guys are welcome to continue.
No.
Yes, it's the Booze and Bazooka's Basement Bar. Yes.
Rust.
That's fair.
Let's just say if you ever come to my house and you want to have a drink, all you got to do is ask.
All you got to do is say BattleTech.
Yeah. Yeah. And the booze comes out.
Rusty's like, oh.
Like an
I see where
automatic.
you're going with this. BattleTech? Oh, you're thirsty.
Oh, you said BattleTech, right? We're bringing the BattleTech game out and putting it on the table. You said it. We're playing. We're throwing dice.
Anyways,
Anywho,
that was I know we didn't get to the second topic tonight, but we could do that on the next one.
Yeah.
That was a good. I thought that was a good discussion tonight.
Mhm.
Yeah. We hadn't spent 70 minutes discussing our update. You know, we would have got.
Well, we haven't all been together for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, we're a colorful group of chaps. We've got a lot of interesting things going on.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. Or we're like ants, and it takes us a terrible long time to say anything.
No.
Why is it
Having a
that when I walk,
discussion takes forever.
every time I walk south, it feels like I'm going downhill?
Right, tree beard,
Tree mustache.
tree mustache. The Rogues Gallery. That's you're the Rogues Gallery. All right, so that's the end of everything. So I guess in 2 weeks would be that'd be like Thanksgiving.
Well, we'll figure it out. We're
family.
probably not going to do it on the holiday.
Yeah, let's probably have to go 3 weeks.
Yeah. My Thanksgiving's done for Canada now. I
That
actually
was October.
I used to celebrate both even here when I first moved here, but I actually just after 2 decades I just do one Thanksgiving a year. So
Well, what'd you get
Smart.
done, Dan?
I got a bunch of base coating done on my next Knights Errant. Not too
Nice.
exciting, but yep. Yeah.
I pretty much assembled 6 dwarf hammers tonight.
Nice.
More dwarvies. I only have 30 more guys to assemble and a organ gun and a gyrocopter yet.
cool.
Of that,
And I'm using. Oh, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
That's all. That's all.
Okay, I was going to show Josh if he's still in, if he recognizes this paintbrush. Because I don't know how many years ago it was some giveaway thing on his channel, or I don't remember what the reason was, but he sent me 2 of the at the time he was using these, they're calligraphy brushes or something. Anyway, that's what I'm using.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm using them.
A lot of them I think are starting to step out now since we said they were in
Yeah.
the show. So we got
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say before he left. Maybe he did.
And on that note, I'm probably gonna
Yeah, me too.
Call it a night. It's
See
been
everybody.
Yeah, it's about
All
12.
right, so we'll see you in about probably 3 weeks
Yeah.
over on Palmer's channel. All right,
Perfection.
good night, everybody.
Good night,
We'll see you later.
everybody.
See everybody.
Good
See you
job.
guys.
Thanks.